Okay, so let's get right into it. We all saw the headlines, right? The big photo ops from the G20 summit in India. But what if I told you the real story isn't just about what happened during the summit? It's about what's happening right now. This lasting impact that's quietly shaping our digital and our diplomatic future.
Right. So, for most of us, when the leaders flew home from Delhi, that was it. Story over. You know how it goes. The banners come down, the world's attention moves on, and it just feels like a finished chapter.
But here's the thing. What if hosting the summit wasn't the final act, but just the launch pad? We're going to look at two really powerful and kind of surprisingly quiet ways India's influence is still accelerating, long after the summit itself ended.
So, first up is the diplomatic pillar. This is all about how India really played the long game, making sure its voice wouldn't just fade away. It did this by strategically embedding itself into the very structure of the G20's leadership for years to come. Pretty smart.
And it all comes down to this really clever mechanism called the G20 Troika. You can think of it like a system that's designed to stop big, jarring shifts in policy every time the leadership changes hands. It's basically a bridge connecting one year's priorities to the next, making sure all that momentum is never lost.
And here is the current lineup. As the immediate past president, India isn't sitting on the sidelines, not at all. It's an active partner with the current host, Brazil, and the future host, South Africa. What this means is India keeps its seat right at the head of the table, helping to steer the ship and making sure the initiatives it started don't just get forgotten. And what exactly are they steering? We're not talking about minor details here. Through its role in the Troika, India is still at the heart of the conversations on the biggest challenges of our time, actively shaping the global agenda on everything from trade rules and tech policy to climate action. Okay, now for the second pillar. And honestly, this one is arguably even more of a game changer. This is where India moves beyond just shaping agendas to offering the world a real, tangible, working blueprint for the future. The key idea here is something called digital public infrastructure, or DPI. Now, the easiest way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like public roads, or the power grid, but for the digital world. It's a set of foundational tools that anyone can build on top of, and it's designed for public access, not for private profit. So, this model that India's been showcasing to the G20, it's built on a few core interlocking digital tools. Let's break them down real quick. It all starts here with Aadhaar. This is the foundation, the digital identity. It basically answers the question, who are you in the online world? And it does it securely, opening up access to a whole bunch of services. Next up is UPI, which answers the question, how do you pay for things? It's this incredible open system for instant payments between any bank and any app. And just to give you a sense of the scale here, UPI now processes over 10 billion transactions every single month. It has completely changed the game for digital commerce. And that third layer is ONDC, which answers, where do you buy and sell? So instead of being locked into one or two giant e-commerce platforms, this creates an open network where any seller, no matter how small, can connect with any buyer. So when you put it all together, the logic becomes super clear. First, you establish identity. Then you enable payments. And then you open up the markets. See, this isn't just technology for technology's sake. The entire system is built with one very clear goal: bringing rural communities and small businesses into the formal digital economy. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of the whole philosophy. India isn't presenting this as some product it's trying to sell. It's offering it up as a blueprint for public good, a really powerful alternative to the usual profit-first tech models we see everywhere else. So, with this diplomatic staying power and a proven digital blueprint in its back pocket, where does this put India for the future? Well, it puts it right at the center of the next generation of global tech challenges. This timeline really captures the evolution perfectly, doesn't it? What started as a one-time hosting gig in 2023 has become this ongoing agenda-setting role. So the next logical step? To become a key architect of the very rules that are going to govern our shared technological future. And these are the new frontiers we're talking about. The experience India gained from building its DPI at such a massive scale gives it real credibility in these crucial conversations, about how we govern AI, how we secure our digital world, and most importantly, how we make sure that the benefits of digital growth are shared by all nations, not just a select few. Which, of course, leaves us with this final massive question. By combining that quiet, persistent influence of diplomatic continuity With a practical, exportable digital blueprint, is India creating a whole new model of global leadership for the 21st century, one that relies less on traditional power and more on providing solutions? Definitely something to think about.